Hi kids, how are you? Hope everything is good. This is our English lecture video for this week. Are you ready? Let me read the objectives. Identify and name the house parts and their furniture and understand their basic functions. Recognize and trace the letter T. Use vocabulary of highest lowest while manipulating concrete materials. Let's start with the circle time. Who can tell me how many days are there in a week? There are 7 days in a week. 7 days in a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there are 7 days in a week. 7 days in a week. Amazing job. Now, who can tell me how many months are there in a year? How many KG1 students? Amazing. 12 months in a year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. One more time. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Amazing job. Now, who can tell me how many seasons are there in a year? How many? I can't hear you. Excellent. There are 4 seasons in a year. 4 seasons in a year. Fall season, winter season, spring season, and summer season. So there are 4 seasons in a year. 4 seasons in a year. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Our lesson is about the house parts. What's the title of our lesson? House parts. Repeat after me. House parts. House parts. A house is a place where people live and feel safe. It has rooms where we can sleep, eat, and play. It helps protect us from the rain, cold, and sun. A house is where families stay together, and it can be big or small. Inside a house, there are things like a kitchen to cook food, a bedroom to sleep in, and a living room to spend time with your family. Look at this picture. This is the kitchen. The kitchen is a special room in the house where we cook food and sometimes eat. It has everything we need to make meals like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These are the furnitures we find in the kitchen. Look at the screen. Stove is where we cook food. It can be hot, so we need to be careful. Sink is where we wash our hands, dishes, and food. Fridge is a cold place where we keep food fresh like milk, fruits, and vegetables. Kettle is a container used for boiling water or cooking food. Shelf and cupboard are used to store or display kitchen items like dishes, glasses, spices, or cooking utensils. Bin is a container used for holding or storing things, especially trash or waste. So, this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen. This is the living room. The living room is a big, comfy room in the house where the family spends time together. We sit, talk, play, and sometimes watch TV or read books here. Here are the living room's furniture. Sofa or couch is a big, soft chair where we can sit, relax, and watch TV or read. Armchairs are smaller seats where people can sit when they visit or when we need more seats. TV. TV is where we can watch shows, movies, and cartoons. Carpet. Carpet. Carpet is a soft piece of cloth on the floor where we can sit, play, or just relax. Clock. Clock, a device for measuring and showing time. So, this is the bedroom. The bedroom is a special room too, where we sleep, rest, and keep our things. It's a cozy space just for us. Here are the bedroom's furniture. The bed. The bed is where we sleep at night. It has a soft mattress and a blanket to keep us warm. Pillow. Pillow. A pillow is what we put our head on when we sleep to make it comfy. Lamp. Lamp. The lamp helps us see in the dark. We turn it on when we need light. Bed table. Bed table is a small piece of furniture, typically placed next to a bed. It's used for holding items that are needed frequently, such as a lamp, clock, books, or other personal items like a phone or medications. Desk. Desk can be used for various purposes, such as writing, computer work, solving the worksheet, or other activities. This is the bathroom. The bathroom is a special room in the house where we clean ourselves and take care of things like washing our hands, brushing our teeth, and using the toilet. Toilet. Toilet is a plumbing fixture used for disposal of human waste. Sink. The sink is where we wash our hands and face, then we use the towel for drying and for brushing our teeth too. Bath and shower. Shower and bath, where we get clean by washing our body with water, soap, and shampoo. Mirror helps us see ourselves when we wash our faces or brush our teeth. And the last room is the dining room. It's a room in a house specifically designed for eating meals. It typically contains a dining table and chairs. Did you like the lesson? So, the house parts are the living room, the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the dining room. And now, let's move on to the phonics part. Today, we're gonna learn about the letter T. Letter T. Look at the screen. This is the uppercase T, and this is the lowercase t. Uppercase T, lowercase t. What's the sound of the letter T? T, 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 T. Let's listen to the song together.
Can you make the letter sounds? We can show you how. What letter shall we learn? Let's find out now. Let's learn about the letter T. This S. T is for truck. T is for train. T is for a triangle. T is for toys. T is for tiger. T is for tutu. You know some T words now. Let's make the letter T sound. T t t t t t t t t t t t t t. Your turn. T t t t t t t t. T.
Here are some objects that begin with the letter T. T, t, tiger. T, t, tiger. T, t, tomato. T, t, table. T, t, tree. T, t, teddy. T, t, tent. Repeat after me. T, t, tiger. T, t, tomato. T, t, table. T, t, tree. T, t, teddy. And t, t, tent. All these objects begin with the letter T that makes the sound T, 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 T. Let's watch this video to learn how we trace the letter T.
Welcome to the classroom. Let's learn how to write the letter T. T as in tiger. We'll start with uppercase or big T. To write uppercase T, we'll start at the top and do a straight line down. Then we'll go back up and do a line across the top. Good job! Let's do that again. We'll start at the top and do a straight line down. Then we'll go back up and do a line across the top. Good job! Now you try. Good job! Now let's move on to lowercase or little t. To write little t, we'll start at the top and do a straight line down. Then we'll go to the middle and do a line across the center. Good job! Let's do that again. We'll start at the top and do a straight line down. Then we'll go to the middle and do a line across the center. Good job! Now you try. Good job! Now you know how to write the letter T.
And now it's sensory time. It's about the terms highest and lowest. Highest and lowest. Are you ready? Look at the screen, please. This is the highest bird. The highest bird is the bird that flies the highest in the sky. While this is the lowest bird. The lowest bird is the bird that flies closest to the branch. So this is the highest bird and this is the lowest bird. Look here. This is the highest monkey, standing way up high, holding the branch. While this is the lowest monkey, stays down low on the ground. So this is the highest monkey, lowest monkey, highest monkey, lowest monkey. Let us listen to this song together.
Flying in my air balloon, in my big green air balloon, I am flying high up to the sky.
Swimming deep down in the sea, in the big blue open sea, big and colored fish passing by.
I'm high,
I'm low,
I'm high,
I'm low.
the different levels where you can go. Come and sing together and let's go.
Swimming deep down in the sea, in the big blue open sea, big and colored fish passing by.
I'm high,
I'm low,
I'm high.
I'm low. The different levels where you can go. Come and sing together
And let's go high.
and low.
Yo-ho!
That was our English lecture video for this week. Hope you like it. Don't forget to solve the worksheet. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Love you all.